An anagram, for those who don't know, is a mixture of when you take a name and you scramble up, you play Scrabble with it, and you get words. So I put William Reagan in, and there's 17,119 different anagrams for William Reagan. How much time do we have? 3 days, okay, good. And what comes up is a migraine wall, malarial wheat gin. I suppose if you have malaria, you might want some gin. Anemia law girl, and that's for some of our female attorneys in the audience.
And this year's honoree, wow, this is just rich. You've truly outdone yourselves this time. You have the spine to call out a man of the cloth, a senior Lutheran pastor, the executive director of Community's Homeless Shelter, Reverend Bill Reagan. So you know, we're all gonna go to hell for this. But such is life, and we'll continue. When 27 other potential roast honorees turn you down, and so I guess Bill will have to do. I had the pleasure of meeting our honoree, like many of you here, probably through the Harlingen Rotary Club. When I was a new member, about 10 years ago now, I was assigned to the International Committee under Bill's leadership. Bill had been coordinating a project with the Rio Bravo Rotary Club across the border. So one day, I hopped along for a ride and we went down for a meeting. And I remember thinking on our way down, I hope somebody habla inglés down there, because my Espanol isn't very good on my best day, and I sure can't count on this gringo to pull us out of any trouble, that's for sure. Well, the meeting starts and Pastor Bill launches into a beautiful Spanish dissertation. And not the Treasure Hill Spanglish that you might expect. Beautiful Castilian Spanish, and I wish I understood what he was saying.
You know, I've studied my father's habits over many years. And if you ever watch him preach, and Ricky, he's really the shortest, he gives the shortest sermons because he's like me, not prepared. He just kind of goes up there and reads it. And what you'll notice is that he has his 2 toes right over the podium. You'll see him. He's never exactly on it, he's always engaging. And I asked him once why he did that, and he said it is to engage the audience. And I was going to do it when I was planning, but there are these tables here. But the truth is, it's because he wants to get a good, kick off the podium to get out of church as fast as possible. And, he had a big career change in his life. He was a pastor for 30 years. Well, you're still a pastor, but you don't have a parish. And the truth is, God was telling him all along why he should just move on. He's allergic to palm fronds. He can't handle them. Every Palm Sunday, the guy breaks out in hives. And so now he's loafing and fishing. Life's much better. No, but the truth is, it's really hard to make fun of my dad. I don't have a lot to tease him about, and I'm just looking out for myself because it's gonna hurt a little later. So thank you all very much.
He told me, start off with a funny joke. So I thought I'd bring you all my check stuff. Can you And again, where are my board members? I do want to go to work tomorrow, regardless what anybody says. He wanted to give me the day off, but I said, no, sir. I have to show up.
But I have to ask you, how desperate do you have to be to roast a pastor? I mean, how far down the line of roastable people out here do you have to get to Bill Reagan? Where is this trend headed? Stay tuned. That's true. Stay tuned for next year when we host the kindergarten class of Treasure Hills Elementary. And how desperate do you have to be to invite me, a pastor, to roast a pastor? I mean, I think the Literacy Center thought that getting a few pastors in the room would increase their chances to get to heaven. Which isn't a bad idea. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the only reason my wife married me, but I don't know about that. I hope that this pastor-to-pastor roast doesn't offend God, which would make a whole new meaning to the term funny as hell, wouldn't it? And I do know that the very fact that you're listening to me, a pastor, speak to you today is quite confusing and out of context for most of you. So in an effort to make you really, really comfortable, let me say to all of you what you're used to hearing from your pastor, Merry Christmas. Happy Easter. I mean, half my congregation is here, which is way better than Sunday attendance, which really gives me a great idea. I think we'll start roasting members every Sunday. I can see the newsletter now. This Sunday at St. Albans, we'll be roasting John Hollingsworth. Everyone wear your velour leisure suit and bring a pillow. Next week we'll roast Greg Quisenberry. Instead of washing each other's feet, we'll rub Rogaine on each other's heads. But before I offend my entire parish, let's turn to my favorite Lutheran since Martin himself, Bill. I do know, Bill, that deep in my heart, that if I work hard enough, with a little luck, someday I'll have the mullet and the porn star mustache that you have. I do want those of you who go to Bill's Bible study to know a little secret. I want to tell you that every pastor in seminary has this gift, and Bill's just mastered it. Every pastor only knows 2 or 3 Greek and 2 or 3 Hebrew words. And if you've been to one of Bill's sessions, let me assure you, Bill knows no Greek and no Hebrew. He just knows that you don't know any either.
You know, Scott Brown today was posting on Facebook, and as he was posting in Facebook today, he expressed some concern about his behavior tonight. He had a lot to be concerned about, as a matter of fact. He says, I'm participating in the Literacy Center fundraiser tonight. By the way, what do you do all day long but post on Facebook? What do I do all day long but watch Scott post on Facebook? I'm roasting Pastor Bill Reagan. Here's hoping I can be funny without punching a ticket straight to hell. Your ticket is punched.
I'll see you there, buddy. I'll see you there.
Ricky's going with you, as a matter of fact. And I'll be there waiting for you. You know, Scott, your great friend John, who's going to become a Lutheran now, by the way. Your great friend John has often said that you remind him of me, but 20 years younger. You're in big trouble. You're in big trouble, buddy. Estela, how long have you worked at Loaves Fishes?
Not long enough.
Good luck in your future plans. And what can I say? You know, my son is here tonight, and I'm so proud of him. Have you noticed how long his hair is? And his girlfriend Jeannie, a very lovely young woman, is here with him. I'm really sorry, Jeannie. But you know, this is what you're stuck with if you're going to be with him. You know. And as a matter of fact, you know, they say if you really want to know what your spouse is going to look like, you know, when he gets... I look just like Mark, except for the long hair. I look just like Mark did 30 years ago. So, you know, if you guys get serious, this is your future, and you can still back out. As you know in life has its ups and its downs. I'm not so sure whether this is an up or down today, to tell you the truth. but it has its ups and its downs. And I've had some downs as well. I don't think you might even remember, but during the downs, you sent me one time a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics, and to endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. I hope that's what my life will be about. Thank you very much for coming out tonight.